Hi Japadians, welcome back to Akomolafe family channel. This is Bumi Akomolafe. So this week we've had a lot of new subscribers. So I want to say thank you so much for joining this family. And thank you so much for, tagging along. I would like to say special thank you to everyone that took their time to comment. I did throw out a question last week, with the latest development. I did throw out a question asking what people thought, and I wanted to hear people's comments. And we had, I think so far we've had like about 500, almost 500 comments. So far, if I got to a point that I couldn't even keep up anymore. But I read most of the comments, I would say. At least I read like 90% of the comments. And I, very quickly noticed that more than 95% of people were of the opinion that my nanny, who was involved in the incident that I reported last week, suggested that I should let her go. And a few people did say, they did have like contrary opinion, but most people wanted the nanny to go. Having read so many comments, obviously you cannot have 100% positive comments. You still have those kind of people who appeared like to have missed their way onto the page. I found that even some people didn't even watch the whole of the video before quickly running to the comment section. And I just, when you read some people's comments, it tells you the kind of person that they are. And it just tells me straight away that, do I really want this kind of person commenting on my video every week? So the moment you make your comment and your comment is coming across as rude or unreasonable, I just kind of know that this person is not one of the people that I want them to be commenting on my videos. They are there by mistake, and I just do well to shove them along. I would acknowledge that a lot of comments were very, very sensible comments. Very few people mistook the fact that I threw the question to my audience. I mean, those people who have been following me from the start know that a few times I do that. When I'm, facing a difficult situation, I do like to hear what people think. I like to know how common these things are. That's when I throw things out there. And people who have followed me from the beginning, who know the kind of profession that I did before leaving the UK, would know that I have no problem with difficult decision making. So why would it be difficult for me to make a decision regarding a simple matter involving my nanny? Obviously, I just wanted to hear what people thought. So what I said in the video was, let me hear your thoughts. What do you think? It doesn't mean decide for me. What should I do? What do you think is different from what should I do? People made very reasonable contributions. They were like, think about it this way. People, put their analytic skills into practice. People were analyzing, painting different scenarios. Some people were a bit more dramatic than others, For example, some people were genuinely concerned about the fact that I asked the nanny to take the kids out. And it's just based on what people have heard or based on the things that are happening out there, and it's a genuine concern, which I do appreciate. But I think, there are some things that are common sense. I, as a mother with 3 children, would not be stupid enough to tell somebody to take my children somewhere without knowing where they are going or without assessing the environment in which I have told her to take them. Somebody who I've just, it's not like she's been working for me for so long. I don't know them too well. So I can't say I know somebody too well in 2 weeks. And where they've gone, in fact, a Japadian came to my shop today and I was pointing to them where the nanny went. And they were just laughing when they saw the place. Whilst I don't blame those people who made the comment online, is because I don't blame them because I've painted a scenario and they can only imagine these things in their head as opposed to somebody saying it right there, face to face. And it's literally just across the road. The aboki that they went to buy something from is a friend of mine. They know us very well. We already have our presence there. The neighborhood people already know us. They already know these children. And we can even literally stay on our balcony from our glass and see them just across the road. So it's not, I've already, with my own little brain, as little as people think my brain is, and I cannot think sometimes, I was able to assess the situation before asking her to take them across the road. And remember, from the story I said first time, that was why we were able to watch her whilst we were searching through her things to see what other things she had taken. So that was what gave us the ability to be able to keep an eye on her. So somebody was watching her across the road whilst the other person was searching. So you kind of get the scenario now. So it's not as people thought that, oh, you let her take your kids, she will run away with your kids, she will do this, she will do that. I appreciate that. I appreciate the concern, but that was not the scenario at all. Yeah, so some people were even confusing the fact that I said the nanny was a nice person, yet she stole. I'm confused. I painted a scenario, the things she did, you know, the things she did that were positive things. I will not come and tell you that somebody is, oh, she's stolen from me. I will tell you the good things she's done and the bad things she's done. So I've given you balance. I've balanced the story. People who have been following me, they know that when we are discussing controversial issues like that, these are heated issues. These are people's lives we are talking about here. These are no joke matters. So when you are bringing your contribution or your comments, you have to bring it in a positive way. You have to talk in a respectful manner. The way you want somebody to talk to you is the way you should talk to somebody else. Let me go into the video. I want to talk about the decision now. What I would say is, I hold my hand up. There's no denying that I wanted to give her a second chance. First of the good things that she's done in that little time. The but now is the fact that she stole. And what made it heartbreaking for me, I never thought that, you know, somebody who appears to like God, you know, I know people say don't say the God element, but all these things play a part. You have to look at the total package. So you can't leave God out of the matter. The fact that she presented as a godly person, number one, and the fact that she was very positive, she appeared like she really needed the job. So she was serious with the job. Made me not to ever think that she would be stealing. Now, somebody said, oh, you shouldn't have taken her to your shop. There is no way I cannot take her to my shop. If I don't take her to my shop, it means that I will leave her at home with the baby. I would rather have her in my shop where I can see my baby. I feel that is even more risky now because contradictory comments here and there. And if you listen to the video very well, I did say that a few times I've told her to leave the clothing, leave the shoes, go and attend to the baby. Because there was a few times that the baby was running around and she was busy, and I said, that's not your job. This is your job. You could only talk to somebody in, you know, like, this is a grown woman. I cannot talk to her like I'm talking to a little child. It will be belittling. And I cannot be rude to her at the same time. I just have to tell her, this is your job. It doesn't mean that I'm not firm. I have no problem being firm. And every time I say that, she will leave what she was doing, she'll pick the baby, she'll throw the baby on her back, and she'll carry on doing whatever she was doing. So there's no confusion of role anyway. Now, somebody said, you made her see where you went to withdraw money. Everybody knows in Nigeria. Is this Nigeria we came to meet all of you now? You get money from POS. You are driving by and you see a POS person beside the road. The nanny is at the back of the car carrying a baby. You park the car. I want to take money from POS. Will I say, nanny, cover your face? Or you face the wall? I don't understand how that person meant by, you let us see her where you are withdrawing money. It was just POS by the side, just to collect a token amount of money so I can give my son to go to school. So I don't understand that as well. But having pointed that, I appreciate the comments. Now, I'm going to tell you how I arrived at this decision. To be fair, at the time of that, my last video that I posted about this nanny, I had already made the decision. There was a particular element of the story that I did not even include. Obviously, I reported the story after the incident had happened. So at the time of the incident, I thought, okay, we delayed this lady's begging. I just said, just go home. Let me think about it. I've heard what you said. When I got home, I started thinking about it. I said, okay, this woman she definitely not work with my kids again. I don't want her around my children. I don't want her, and she's begging. She needs this job. If at all I want to keep this lady, it'll be in the shop. And that's what upset a lot of you. Like, you shouldn't say that. You should sack her straight away. We cannot all be the same person. Everybody deal with things in different ways. Even if I'm going to sack her, it might not be on the spot. I'm not that kind of person. You see, I believe in the principle of proportionality. And that's how I've been trained. When you want to intervene in a matter, you do it in a proportionate manner. Your intervention matches the incident. The reason why I decided to let this mama go was because of what she did the day after the day she stole the bag. The day after, she came again. And the reason why she came the following day was because we had scheduled events. So that time, obviously, I was still very upset. I was still very distraught. She didn't come to the shop. Don't forget that her role is a nanny role. I mean, she's not a shop attendant. It's a nanny role. So second day she came. And I said, okay, don't come to meet me at your house. Meet me on the way, because I didn't want her to come to my house at that point. I was going to do food shopping home. I had my baby with me. So she was just right next to me, and I was trying to pay for the items I bought. And I was looking at her with the corner of my eye. And she was like trying to look at my account balance. You know, she was like doing like that to look at my account balance. So I paused for a minute without entering my distance, and I was like, whether she will adjust. Then I turned and looked at her and I'm like, gave her the nasty look like, why are you like this? What's the meaning of this? And then she quickly adjusted and quickly took her face away. So that was when I understood that, yeah, you did one yesterday. Yesterday, you still stole a bag. We have not even finished that matter. We are still deliberating on what to do with you. And then the following day, you are trying to pry your eye into my bank account. So that was when I actually decided to let her go. And that was when I let her go. So from that point was when she had her termination. So at the time I was already doing the video, the mama had already stopped working. From what everybody said, that somebody like that will not stop stealing. People wrote that comment that if somebody is stealing like that, the tendency that they will continue is very, very high. A lot of people say that. Even if I was going to give her a second chance, like the thief is right inside her eyes. She cannot help it. So that was when I realized that, no, this woman is going to give me a problem. My video out there and my question was what people thought. And since airing that video, I cannot tell you how many people have contacted me, sharing their experiences. That's even the one that made me fear the most. It's not even my own story now. It's not about this madam's issue. It's about what people went through in the hands of house help, nanny, driver, all these people. Before some people said they had all these things before, then they let them go. Then they have someone part-time, then they have someone this amount. People shared a lot of experiences. And some people said they are lucky that they found good ones. So they are good people too. Some people have good ones, but not that they found them straight away, but it took time. Remember that the mama downstairs, the mama I said my son didn't greet the other day. One mama selling drinks downstairs. I went to see her, and I was asking her about one of the brothers who came to me, said he wanted to be a driver. And I was doing my findings about this man because I saw that the guy drove for the woman as well. I was asking about the brother and I shared my experience about my nanny who just stole with her. And she was like, what? I've heard that one is small. That the one I experienced is small, that the driver that she had the last time, the police, they are still looking for that driver till now, that the driver made away with more than 300,000 worth of her drinks and noodles that she sells. That at least what they stole from me is not up to what is stole from her. So I was like, what? I was just opening my mouth and listening to her. And I was just laughing like, so this thing is a lot more common than I thought. And the truth of the matter is, somebody said I should not talk as if it's peculiar to Nigeria alone. It's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. It's just that on the Nigeria side is a little bit higher. If I'm going to be very honest too, from my own little opinion, I might be wrong. But it's not peculiar to Nigeria alone. All these things happen abroad. Things happen everywhere too. It's only God that protects. I'm happy to report that I've let Mama go. I am not the kind of person to maltreat anybody. Even when I was in Nigeria before I relocated abroad, my house help, when she's washing plates, I'm washing clothes. I never leave them to do work alone. Whatever I eat is what they eat. If I need to challenge anything, I will challenge it. The fact that you're a child of God or you're a Christian doesn't mean that you should not challenge things when they are not right. So I challenge things when they are not right, and I can make firm decisions. People who have been following me, they know that, but I do balance things. And like I said, that's where principle of proportionality comes in. I do balance things. I treat people first of all like a human being. So you are working with me doesn't mean that I'm going to belittle you, or I'm going to withhold respect or speak to you in a rude manner. It might be a good idea to search people when they are coming into work and going out of work. But that would have been stated in their terms and conditions. They would have known from the start that when you are resuming this duty, I will be searching you. You have to disclose what you brought in, which is absolutely fine. These are things that I picked up from this channel that I'm going to be adopting with the other, with subsequent sales girls. But Mama was not a sales girl. She was a nanny. So it means I would have touched Mama before she came into the house and every time she was leaving. There are some things that makes people feel less of a human being. So, but I've just picked, the best of all the comments. I've picked so many ideas. And the message that everybody passed, which was let Mama go, don't give her a second chance, boot her out. Somebody even said she will unfollow me if I don't let Mama go. I know she was just joking anyway. So I let Mama go even before I aired that video. Yeah, so I hope that I've been able to clarify that, and I want to say thank you very much for people who took their time to really type. Some people really typed a lot. Some people called us at the back to, tell us that we should never make that mistake. People said we should not be discouraged. Despite all of this stress, you cannot say Japada is not good because of one incident involving somebody stealing from you. And like people rightly said, it is very clear that people are struggling everywhere. Even we that have just come into Nigeria, if we are not careful too, we that we think, oh, we just came from abroad. You know, if you don't plan yourself well, you will come to a point where even you too, you just be getting by. You know, because things are very expensive. And you tend to wonder how all these people are managing. How are they managing? It's not surprising that people are so desperate because there's so much hunger in the land. And those are the things that we need not to shy away from. Nothing justifies, stealing other people's things. So these are the things I'm seeing with my eyes, and I'm reporting that, like other people too are saying, it's not a lie. Somebody else said, oh, they don't need the driver, they don't need the nanny, they don't need anything. They just do things by themselves. Well, each to their own. Each to their own. I, in my own situation, part of the reason I came to Nigeria is to get support. I brought my kids to Nigeria. The kind of support I did not get from UK, I need them here. So I need people to work with me. If you have family members who are very supportive, then you are lucky. If you have brothers, cousins, you have people who can support you, that you don't need to look for outsiders to do it, then you are very lucky. But I think it will be unrealistic that you will drive yourself around with three children with 2 of them under 5 years old. You drive yourself around, you cook your own meal, you carry them around, you do everything, and then you run a business. And I'm not going to run a business, because I'm not going to come to Nigeria and come and lock myself indoor and be doing indoor business. I don't even want to work from home. I don't want to do working from indoor. I want to go out there and mingle with people. I want to socialize. I want to talk to people. And you cannot just imagine. My shop, businesses are set up for money making, which is, part of the reason why we set up a business. But for me, coming from another extreme part of the world to another part of the world, I am coming here to heal my mental health as well. And part of the plan is to associate myself with people. So when I go to my shop every day, I talk to people there. The aboki downstairs is my friend. The mama who is selling beans across the road is my friend. I go there, I buy beans to eat. Yes. And then the workmen who are around, because the owner of the shop is still building a property next door. The workmen there, everybody here, you say good morning to you, they know you already. You have your presence there. You are talking to people. People are sharing their experiences. Nothing beats that. Yeah, guys, in case you are wondering what that big noise is, it's raining now. Thunderous rain. So that's thunder you are hearing. So I'm just quickly going to wrap up this video. I'll give you an example of why I think I need people around me. During this week, we had this kind of rain. The rain that is falling right now, very heavy rain, as we're going to school in the morning. And there was a lot of water everywhere, It was pouring down so heavily. It was so heavy that I passed through a particular road and something damaged the front of my bumper. The entire bumper in the front came off halfway. So I got stuck there in the puddle, and I could not take the children to school. And there was no help nearby. The nearest mechanic was just like another 3 minutes drive, but there's no way I could move the car to the mechanic. And guess who I called? The part-time driver that I just met. Part-time driver comes to my shop, maybe twice a week, takes me to the market, takes me, just outside to the expressway that I cannot drive, and drops the car back. That's all it does for me. So nothing big deal. But this gentleman was the one that I called. He got up from his bed to come and rescue me out of that situation, help me remove the bumper, carried the bumper on the car, held it with one hand, drove us all the way to the children's school, and then took the car to the mechanic to get it fixed. How could I have done that on my own? If I want to be an island on my own, I don't want to employ anybody. So me, I need people around me. I need people to support me. I will do the best I can for myself, but the ones that I cannot do, I will employ people to do it. So I'm not here to come and work like a jackass. I've worked over there. I want to come and rest. If I continue to work like that here, it means that I won't be able to sustain Japada. And I don't want to be stressing myself or over-stressing myself. I do not think I want to do Japada on my own. So Nigeria itself is drama. So if you think you want to avoid drama, drama is everywhere. What's the tendency now that the next sales girl I'm going to get is not going to steal? In fact, if you put that on a percentage, I would say there is 90% chance that the next sales girl I'm going to get is going to be stealing. I'm not getting a nanny anymore, mind you. I'm going to manage with the little support I have. But I need a sales girl. And when I get a sales girl, we have to watch and see whether we are not going to be talking about another thief. So generally, Nigeria is drama. Nigeria is equal to drama. Drama is equal to Nigeria. So you cannot avoid it. But you just pray for God's wisdom to be able to manage them as they arise. So thank you so much for following me on this journey. And I will give you updates about how we've been doing on the next video. Bye.